Imagine standing on a clay shooting range. The bird launches. You call pull. Your mount is clean, your eye is sharp, and you miss. Now imagine the shooter in the next station. Same bird, same wind, same angle, and they smoke it. Dead center, without even flinching. Fear. What's the difference between you and them? Talent? Maybe. Years of practice? Possibly. But here's something nobody at your gun club wants to admit out loud. Sometimes the difference is the gun. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "It's not the arrow, it's the archer," stay with me. Because I'm about to show you why that phrase, while noble, is only half the truth. And the half you're missing might be costing you more clay pigeons than you think. Today, we're breaking down the real, mechanical, and psychological advantages that a $15,000 competition shotgun delivers. And more importantly, we're going to tell you exactly which of those advantages you can actually access without spending a dime more than you already have. Stick around to the end, because one of these advantages surprised even seasoned shooters with 30 years of experience. And it has nothing to do with the gun at all. Act 1. The problem why most shooters hit a ceiling. Here's what almost every clay shooter eventually experiences. You put in your hours, you practice your mount, you work on your lead, and for a while, your scores climb. Then they stop. Fear you're not getting worse, but you're not getting better. And that plateau is one of the most frustrating places a shooter can be, because you've done everything right, and you still can't figure out why you're not breaking more birds. For a lot of shooters, especially those of us who came to this sport later in life, that plateau starts to feel permanent, like the ceiling is just where our ability ends. And honestly, that's a painful thing to accept. But here's a question nobody ever asks. What if the ceiling isn't yours? What if it belongs to your equipment? A production shotgun, even a good one in the $1,000 to $2,000 range, is built to do a lot of things adequately. It's engineered for reliability across all shooters, all body types, all shooting styles. It's a one-size-fits-all solution. And you, my friend, are not one-size-fits-all. This is where the $15,000 shotgun enters the conversation. Not as a luxury, but as an engineering answer to a very specific problem. And that answer has 3 distinct parts. Let's look at the first one. Act 2. The turning point. Advantage 1. The fit that changes everything. Excitement. The single greatest advantage of a high-end competition shotgun is fit. Proper, custom, measured to your body gun fit. When a gun fits you, and I mean truly fits you, with the right length of pull, the correct drop at comb and heel, the precise cast for your face, something almost magical happens. The gun disappears. You stop thinking about the mechanics. You stop micro-adjusting your cheek weld. Your eye naturally falls into perfect alignment with the rib every single time you mount the gun. And when your eye and the rib are in line, you see the target clearly. When you see the target clearly, you break it. You know what a poorly fitting gun feels like? It's like trying to read a book while someone slowly tilts it away from you. You can still read, but you're working twice as hard for half the result every single shot. Now, a $15,000 Perazzi, Krieghoff, or Beretta DT11 can be built and fitted to your exact measurements by a skilled gun fitter. The stock is adjusted or custom built. Drop, cast, pitch, length, all dialed in for your specific anatomy, your mount, your style. And here's what you need to hear. You don't have to spend $15,000 to get a gun that fits. A quality stock fitting session, even on your current gun, can unlock accuracy improvements you haven't seen in years. Don't let another season pass without addressing this. It's the lowest hanging fruit in all of clay shooting. Act 3. The 3 advantages. Advantage 2. Trigger and feel. Advantage 3. Weight and balance. Now from fit, we move to feel. Specifically, the trigger. Excitement. The trigger on a competition-grade shotgun is a completely different instrument than what most of us are used to. We're talking a crisp, clean break at somewhere between 2 and 3.5 pounds of pull. No creep, no stacking, No surprise, just a precise, repeatable moment where intention becomes action. When you pull a match-grade trigger, you're not guessing when the gun will fire. You know, and that certainty does something powerful to your shooting. It removes hesitation. Hesitation, more than almost anything else, causes missed targets. Think about the last time you flinched on a shot. Was the target wrong? Or were you slightly unsure about when the gun would go off? Exactly. A refined trigger also reduces the micro-movement you introduce at the moment of firing. On a standard trigger, there's a small instinctive brace. Your body knows a vague, heavy pull is coming. On a precision trigger, that brace disappears. The shot breaks cleaner, and your barrel stays truer. And then there's balance. The third great advantage, excitement. A high-end competition shotgun is engineered with extraordinary attention to weight distribution. The balance point, typically sitting just ahead of the hinge pin on an over-under, means the gun swings smoothly, follows the target's line naturally, and doesn't fatigue your lead arm the way a muzzle-heavy gun does over a long day of sporting clays. If you're shooting 100 to 200 targets on a weekend, this matters enormously. Fatigue is an accuracy killer. A gun that fights you in the swing by round 6 will cost you targets you were fully capable of breaking in round 1. Many high-end makers offer adjustable weighting systems, small weights that can be added to the stock or forend to tune the balance to your preference. You can even shift the balance point slightly depending on whether you're shooting skeet, trap, or sporting clays. But here's what I promised you earlier, the advantage that has nothing to do with the gun itself. And it's the one that might matter most of all. That's coming up next. Act 4, the truth and resolution. The hidden advantage, confidence. Here it is. The real reason elite shooters perform at another level with a great gun. Excitement, confidence. When you trust your equipment completely, when you know the fit is right, the trigger is right, the balance is right, your mind is free to do the only thing that actually matters. Watch the bird. Doubt is the enemy of shooting. Anytime you're second-guessing your gun, you're burning mental energy that belongs on the target. Elite shooters don't think about their gun. They've paid for the privilege of not thinking about it. And here's the beautiful irony. You can steal this advantage right now, before you spend a single extra dollar. Because confidence isn't only purchased, it's earned. It comes from knowing your equipment, trusting your training, and committing fully to every shot with the gun you already own. Fear. The shooters who stay stuck on that plateau aren't there because of their gun. They're there because somewhere in their mind, they've stopped believing they can break the next bird. The $15,000 gun gives elite shooters a scaffold for confidence. You can build the same scaffold differently, but just as solidly, through deliberate practice, proper fitting, and focused mental preparation. That is the real lesson of the $15,000 shotgun. Not that you need one, but that understanding why it works helps you extract everything it offers from the gun you already have. Now you know exactly what separates a $15,000 competition shotgun from everything else on the rack. Fit, trigger precision, balance, and the confidence they all combine to build. But knowing what elite equipment does is only half the equation. The other half is knowing what elite shooters do. And I've put together a video that goes deep on exactly that. And it's everything the best shooters in the country do before, during, and after every round that most people simply never get taught. It's right there on your screen. Click it, and I'll see you in that one. Keep calling pull, and keep breaking birds.